Have you ever thought about helping someone and then felt really good about yourself? Well, that's great, but we can do a lot better than that. And in Matthew chapter 25, Jesus tells us exactly why this is so important. Let's read chapter 25, verse 40 from Matthew, and then we'll explore and reflect on it a little bit deeper. Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, ye have done it unto me. This passage comes at the end of Jesus' teaching about the coming judgment. He describes the Son of Man separating the sheep and the goats. The sheep are genuine disciples whose faith produced acts of love. And the goats, well, that represents those whose lives bore no fruit of love. Now, the difference here is not in faith alone, but in how their faith showed up in action. Did they feed the hungry, clothe the poor, visit the sick and imprisoned? And then Jesus really hits hard when he says that how we treat others is actually how we treat him. Now that's a powerful and sobering thought. Can you imagine if everyone we encountered that we could have helped was our opportunity to directly serve Jesus? That's tough, because I can think of so many times when I've had opportunities to help someone, to show love to them, kindness, and then I've just passed it by. Maybe I thought about helping them for a second and then felt really good about myself, but then I didn't act on that thought, as if it was just enough to think of doing something kind, but not actually do it. You know, it wasn't always times when I was being selfish. Perhaps I was distracted by something else, or I was busy, but those aren't excuses, and certainly not good ones. And it's passages like these that really push me to think, am I living my faith outwardly, or am I just keeping it in my head? Am I keeping it to myself? And if I am, then I've got to do something about that. We can make such a difference to people's lives just with a kind word, or just giving them our time, just being there when they need us, praying for them, and then letting them know that we're praying for them. Again, that's something that was really weird for me when I was first starting to believe, the idea that people were praying for me. But as weird as it was, especially in the beginning, it felt really good to know someone was thinking about you, was giving their time up in prayer for you. And these small things might not seem like they're going to make much of a difference to us, but to that other person, it could mean everything. So my takeaway from this is that anytime I think about doing something good, I've got to act on it. You know, my thoughts of feeding someone doesn't stop them being hungry, but actually giving them food, well, that does. And in that act of giving, we're also making a connection with them. We're going to get that opportunity to practice our faith, put it into action, and actually do what Jesus is telling us. Because to serve someone is serving Jesus himself. And if he was right in front of us, I'm sure we'd all want to do that. But that's not so easy when perhaps the person in front of us now, who needs that help at the time, hasn't got that status, or we're not going to get anything directly out of it that benefit ourselves. But those are the wrong reasons to do it. So now, this week ahead, I'm going to put this into practice. I'm going to be more alert to those around me, because it's so easy to take a family member for granted, avoid someone at work you don't really want to talk to, or just walk by a stranger in the street. It would be awesome if this week that was something you did too. I'd love to hear how it goes, so let me know in the comments. And imagine if we all did it, if everyone in the world lived like that. How amazing this planet would be. The Bible gives us the instructions. Jesus is telling us exactly what to do. And all we've got to do is keep reading the Bible, keep praying, and then apply these lessons to our life. And then things will change so much for the better. I'm going to pray that Jesus opens my eyes so that I can see people like he did. And I'm praying that if you need help, if you need someone to help you with your life, then I hope you cross paths with those kind of people. I really love this idea that true faith in Jesus is expressed through love and how we treat each other. I think that's just such a beautiful way to go about life. But it's passages like these that really can inspire us to make a change, to be different, and to follow these words. All right, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.